Hey, you bunch of scumbags and lily-livered, scum-sucking nincompoops. How y'all doing out there? Yeah, so here's another moto vlog for you. I'm going to talk a little bit about something that a few people have asked me about here recently. And yeah, I'm planning to move. Most of you who know me fairly well know that I live pretty much out in the country. It's not totally out in the country though, because it is actually in a very small community, a little town of about 200 people. By the time you see this, I'll be gone, but yeah, I never really broadcasted exactly where I was from before, but I'm actually from just outside of a little town in Noble County called Ava, 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 and I tell some people that it was named after Eva Braun, but her name's EVA, Eva. Ava, I don't know why it has that name, but it's I want to say Czechoslovakian, but it was before Czechoslovakia. Was the two countries that make up Czechoslovakia that I can barely even say. Anyways, yeah, that general area of Europe is where those people came from. In Ohio, in the part of Ohio that I'm from, well, you know, America was just that way many years ago. What happened was we couldn't get along with each other. No one could. I mean, nowadays it's all this, you know, whitey against the blacks and blackie against the whites, and you know, whatever, Middle Easterners and that. But it's actually broken down into a lot fewer groups that people have prejudice against. Back in the old times, prejudice really ran rampant, and you know, the English and the Dutch, at least in my area, they got along, but they absolutely hated the Scandinavians, you know, and they couldn't get along with the French. And the French and the Dutch got along, but the French couldn't get along with the English, you know. And then, you know, then you had your other countries like Austria and Czechoslovakia, you know, Poland, who couldn't get along with pretty much everyone else. And well, nowadays we all get along together pretty well, but back then they couldn't. It was so bad that they would actually start their own little towns. And the town that I live in, Ava, was started by the Czechoslovakians. There's a brickyard that's about a mile and a half away from my house, and most of the people that lived in my little town, my little village, whatever you call it, community, were people who worked at the brickyard. And then the next town down the road is Coal Ridge. Coal Ridge was divided half and half between brickyard workers and coal miners, and it was almost all Irish people. And then the next stop on down the road is Bell Valley, obviously, was where the French were. The French and Austrians tended to stay around there. And then on down the road, there's Florence. And if you don't know that Florence was Italian, you don't know much. It doesn't matter. And then on down the road, there's Caldwell, which is the city I work for. That was the English and Dutch. They lived together. Excuse me. So anyway, I'm making a move from the outskirts of Ava to Caldwell. Caldwell is close enough. It will be 1.25 miles from my house to my place of work. And I will then, of course, my plan is to start walking to work. And hopefully, facilitate a little bit more weight loss for myself. I've lost about 46 pounds since my wife left back in May 26th of last year, and it's going on a year and a half. So it's a very slow weight loss. I started out losing 6 to 8 pounds a week. Now I'm down to losing about a pound every week or two. And I like that weight loss and I want to keep it up. So I figure it wouldn't hurt me to walk to work and back. Save gas money and wear and tear on my vehicle. And what the hell, let's try it. I don't know. You might hear me saying soon, hey, I don't want to do that no more. But right now, I do the thing where I drive from work to the fairgrounds and walk around the fairgrounds, and I walk anywhere between 2 and 2.5 miles usually around the track. So I don't figure walking 1.2 miles twice a day is going to kill me. And that I'm really excited about it. Where I'm moving to.
Yeah, I feel safe.
You guys saw the. I think you might have seen part of the video of the house when we went through looking at it. But where I'm moving to, this is the second house that I looked at. It's much the same as the first. But the location is way better, and the price is better too. The first one we looked at was $250,000, and this one is $185,000. And so it's a little better price, but the thing is, it's a little older house though, but it is in the prime location. The first house had no basement. This has a full basement. I mean, it's just better all the way around. This one should be about a $500,000 house if the other one was actually worth $250,000, which after I thought about it a while, I decided I didn't think it was worth that much. So anyway, this new house is so close to town. There is one house that is closer to downtown than the house I'm buying. Just one. It's as close as you can get to downtown without living in an apartment building. So I'm really excited about it. As you guys know, I've been living out in the town Ava. Has 200 people roughly, population of right about 200, which I look at the place and I can't even understand how there's 200 there, but that's what the census said last time around. And of course, as you know, anybody that's watched my videos a lot, I live right on the outside of that, and I have the woods as a backyard there, see, and so it's really nice having that, and it's just really nice. I kind of homesteaded there, and that, but to be honest with you, it is also one hell of a lot of work, and I do mean a lot of work. Between all the time going and cutting down trees or cutting up trees or going to the dildo factory and cutting up scrap lumber from there and trying to heat your house that way. And if it wasn't that, it was electric. There's no gas. I'm so far out in the country, there's no cable, there's no gas. And electric is an expensive way to go. There's other options, but I went with wood, which is probably for me the most effective, efficient way to go, except for it's a lot of work. But that's not the only thing. I mean, homesteading is a lot of work. The closest gas station to me is 4 miles away, so if I'm low on gas, I better have enough to go 4 miles. What's that? 4 miles, about 6 or 7 kilometers or something. Maybe more, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's almost 10 kilometers. I don't know, you guys do the math. Anyways, round trip is 8 miles, 8 miles, just to get gas, you know. And there's very few other things available to you from that place. So it's let me think here. 16. It's a 16-mile trip if you want to go to a hardware store or a grocery store, and even then you're not talking about you know, Lowe's and Walmart and, you know, your big stores. You're talking about tiny little mom and pop stores that, you know, charge you an arm and a leg because, well, it costs them an arm and a leg to operate. So in a way you're glad that you're supporting them, but in another way you're like, damn, you know, I could sure get a whole lot more for my money, you know. But in order to do that, you're going to drive almost 50-mile round trip. And by the time you get done paying for all that gas, you didn't save anything. You didn't get anything more. So I'm excited. I'm living in a town that's big enough that, you know, I mean, there still isn't Kmart or anything like that, but it's big enough that pretty much anything you want is there. Pretty much anything I want is within walking distance or bicycling distance, or just a quick little jaunt on the Rebel. Pretty much, yeah. My yard is a full lot. It's more than a full lot actually, but it's completely flat. No more pushing a mower up the hills and all the extra weed eating and everything. There's a chestnut tree in the backyard, so I can roast some chestnuts on an open fire. Yeah, right around Christmas time. That'll be fun. And maybe I'll make a video of that. But it's right now I'm still in the process. The deed is at the bank. The bank's holding the deed right now. So I mean, we're very close. Like I said, by the time you see this video here in a couple of days, I'll already probably be in the moving process. And yeah, I'll try to remember to take a few more pictures for you or some video around there. You know, I'll be shooting video from the house. I've got some big ideas about making videos around the house there. But will that come to fruition? I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, you know, I can use a lot of words to say just little things. And right here, this video here, this is proof of it. I'm just trying to fill up time and kind of, you know, clog up the internet so that you know, Muzzle Mike and Navy Thomas don't have as much room to use on it. And also I'm tormenting you people watching this video. I like to do that. So yeah, that's how it's going to be. I do thank you for watching, and you know, if you ever decide to come out and visit me, well, I'll probably pretend I ain't home. Well, I'll probably think you're Jehovah's Witnesses. Are you guys Jehovah's Witnesses? Well, so anyway, yeah, going from Czechoslovakia town to English and Dutch town. Boy, I hope they like me okay, being that I don't have much of that in me. I hope they like it. We try to get along with them. We'll try not to clown around too much and you know, insult them too much. They tend to think my type of people is very insulting, and they don't like us much. But I'm going to be on my best behavior. I want to try to act like a decent human being. And I want to thank you for watching this video. And come back next Tuesday. We'll have something else for you. Who knows what? Maybe in a couple of Tuesdays we'll show you the house and again, and and rub it in about how great my house is and that. And you're living in a van down by the river and make you really upset, because that's what I do the best. Thank you for watching. This is the 4th time. And we'll see you. By the way, thank you for watching.